Good afternoon. I'm Rob Michael Lasky, co-founder and director of the MTM Players at Post 455 from New Egypt, New Jersey. This upcoming November 11th, 12th, and 13th, we'll be presenting a serious theatrical play, 22 a Day, a chilling tale that brings veteran suicide awareness to the forefront. I am pleased to introduce to you the co-authors of 22 a Day from Southern New Jersey and retired Marine Captain Marquez Badragan, all the way from the island of Oahu in the Aloha State, Hawaii, his brother-in-arms, retired Marine Major and chopper pilot Hunter Haskins. First, I want to thank you for your service and welcome.
Thank you.
So let's get started with some of the questions we had prepared. And then if anybody's following on Facebook Live, please feel free to ask some questions. We will try to get those answers for you once we're done talking to you. Well, first of all, with my conversations with the captain, and I understand Major outranks Captain, is that correct?
In theory, yeah. But no matter what the rank is, you still know who's in charge and what's going on. So it's a cooperative effort. Awesome.
Well, the two main characters of Mark and Betts, I understand they're loosely based off of you two. There's a story in the play how the character Mark helped Betts out of a sticky situation with his CO and how they ultimately met about the car getting flooded and moved, or not getting flooded and moved. Was this based on a true story, and is this kind of how you met, or how did you meet?
Thanks, Director Lasky, and what a privilege it is to be on the live stream today. And thank you to the audience out there watching. Hunter, good to see you. Major Haskins and I, Hunter, we met in Afghanistan. It was on our first deployment, and I think you were out there one night, and there was a lot of bad guys around a base, and we were called in to support that base, and we actually met the next day. You were the helicopter pilot doing the call for fire on the enemy out there. The story in the play, it's definitely loosely based off our life, our experiences as veterans, as Marines. I think as close as the flooding we got was when Fukushima happened and the tidal waves were coming, and you gave me a call at 3 in the morning that I had to get my butt up to the top of the mountain on Hawaii, the Pali. Luckily, no tidal waves occurred, but what say you, Hunter?
I definitely remember that day in Afghanistan, and yeah, you coming in, you were all hot and sweaty from running around out there trying to assess the situation and provide security and just kind of figure out what happened. And so I was in the COC, bone dry, air conditioned, probably had a cup of coffee. So that's how we first started interacting. That incident with the CO's car was maybe a little bit of fiction. Maybe something like that happened with one of our friends, but it's something I think definitely resonates with folks. When you're on duty, anything and everything that happens, whether it's in combat or in garrison, is your fault. So you help each other out, try and make the best of the situation, try to minimize the damage. But yeah, we no matter the rank or active duty or retired, we still keep that camaraderie and problem solving and looking out for one another. I think it's really important, and it's something that folks that may have not served in the military can definitely understand as well.
So what inspired you to collaborate, get together, and write the book, and ultimately adapt it into a stage play?
As honest as I can be, I got tired, and I'm saying this in a very nice way because I know it's a very serious and sensitive topic for a lot of people out there watching it as well. I got tired of the emails, the texts, the phone calls, and I called Hunter one day, and him and I, we lived together in Hawaii. Then I moved to New Jersey. He moved to Florida. I mean, we've been living all around, but we kind of just had a call one night, and we talked to each other, and we're like, we have to do something about this. This is just getting it's getting too much. Our warriors that return home from deployments or from overseas or just from bases, and they transition back to civilians, they do face an uphill battle for a society and even a lot of domestic bureaucracy that does not really transition them well. And I think a lot of those hardships that veterans face when they return back home ultimately lead to them choosing this path of suicide. But I did not want to see any more warriors take their lives untimely and choose this way. They deserve better, and we need to do better as leaders, as people in the community, as now civilians again. It's becoming too much, and it's one of those things. If not now, then when? And if not me or not us, then who? So we got that call, I think, ultimately, and this is our way of interactively bringing the 99% of the large portion of society that's never served really into our world, to start seeing that this is a problem, and that we all need to be involved and be aware of this issue, and ultimately together we will be able to solve this issue.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mark. And he's kind of downplaying his role in this. He's been absolutely instrumental, did 90% of the work, which is a sizable amount of work to get this from off the page to where it is right now. So my perspective on it is that everyone has their special talent. People call it their superpower, but mine was apparently, I wouldn't even call it a superpower. I just have a minimal talent in writing. I've been a travel writer in Hawaii for about 5 years. And everyone needs to do something when they see a problem. Some people fundraise, some people organize, some people are excellent at spreading the word. I felt I was just best applied at writing. So I was very happy to collaborate with him on it. And it was really fun in the process, because he would send me his draft and I would red ink all over it, and he would ignore about half of those suggestions. And then we would go back and forth like that for quite some time. But you know what? It worked. It worked. And it's an honor and a pleasure to collaborate with someone where you can do some creative fusion like that.
All about artistic freedom, my friend.
Absolutely. As you both know, our production company is tied in with our local American Legion here. And when we presented this to the veterans and the leadership, they were on board before I finished presenting it. It was like, yes, they wanted to do this. And so we are thrilled to be the first to produce the premiere on this, and on Veterans Day, a fitting day, November 11th. So as Mark and Betts do in the story, have either or both of you had any meetings with your congressional representatives, and anything get accomplished from those meetings, if so?
So absolutely. So when I came back to New Jersey, I was very active in the veteran community at my school. I went to Rutgers as my alumni. I became the student veteran president. I became the senator for the graduate school. Ultimately, I worked with a lot of the local veterans to pass legislation. New Jersey has passed historic and monumental legislation based off of my work with my veterans. Assembly Bill 790, Assembly Bill 791 were actually signed into law by Governor Murphy. One is the Combat the College Act, which grants veterans priority enrollment in colleges and universities at the public level. And I had another piece of legislation that grants all veterans with honorable discharges at minimum 12 academic credits for any college in New Jersey at any level. This is law. That way we are getting these warriors into college, getting them credits, giving them life credits, for their honorable discharges. This is earned. This is not free. They earned it with their honorable discharges, but getting them that education so that they can return to society faster, smarter, and better to start improving things as well, and to help them in that transition. But legislatively, there's been a lot of support even for this play. I spoke with legislators in your district. I know that in the 4th legislative district as well, Assemblywoman Mosquera, Assemblyman Moriarty, Senator Madden are all very enthusiastic about it. And in District 12, I know Assemblyman Dancer, he's actually a member of your post, so I hope he joins us. I reached out to his office as well. I reached out to Assemblyman Clifton. Lots of groups in the area, Ma Deuce Deuce, Mission 22. I'm trying to get Black Rifle Company. Everybody is getting behind this play right now. So it's not just at the legislative end. We're bringing in groups. Project Help from North Jersey is coming down as well. There is a lot of momentum behind this play right now because with your help, Director Lasky, I mean, this message is getting out there, and this is the mechanism to do it.
Maybe if I work really hard and quit my job, I will be able to match the drive, determination, skill, and results that Mark has achieved in his spare time.
I just had triplets, my friend. So I have 5 daughters. I have a full-time job, but hey, veterans are still my passion. So it's about them, the men and women out there, and we're talking to them right now. We're doing something for y'all. Show up at this play November 11th, 12th, and 13th. Buy some tickets. MTM players. This is where it's going to be. This is where it's happening in New Jersey.
Well, for our theater peeps out there, we've already nicknamed you Tevye with your 5 daughters. Mark.
5 daughters.
There we go. What was great was last night was our first meet and greet and read through of the play with the cast. We have a fully cast. It was great to have you there. They were all very excited, and your talk really helped them, especially with the character development. I've been getting comments, while we were there later after you'd left, and also in a couple of emails. How excited are both of you that you're finally getting this produced? I mean, it was written in 2015, correct? Or 2019, somewhere around there.
Well, looking at the copyright on there right now. So it was actually May 15th, 2019, it was produced, but it was exciting meeting the cast. I mean, they were true professionals. I think they knew coming in there that this was not going to be like anything they've ever done before. And I encourage New Jersey Act and a whole bunch of other people to come out here and see this, because this is going to be a great play. It's going to be a great career building play for these young actors and actresses, and even some of the more experienced ones as well. But they were enthusiastic, they were passionate, and I could tell, Director Lasky, that you chose these people specifically for these parts. But they were enthusiastic, they knew their parts, and they really wanted to make a difference. And they understood that this is a real issue. And I think they're understanding the seriousness and the passion behind this. And I think that message is really going to be displayed on full effect come November 11th, 12th, and 13th. But I am hugely enthusiastic to see this cast on stage performing this play.
As a professional writer, I do get those kind of endorphin hits, when the editor says, hey, that was really good, we're putting that to print. It feels especially good when you get the paycheck. And then when, maybe someone that or maybe someone that bumps into is talking about something that you've written, maybe it's gone a little bit viral. That's the best that I've ever been able to hope for. I never once thought that everyone would be so excited about something that I participated in. And just the small part that I played in this and seeing how it's activated so many people is truly an honor.
So I was very excited about the material, but also not too excited because it's very it's serious stuff. And I know what your ultimate goal is for have written this and getting it produced to bring it to stage. I'm sure a lot of it is to prevent veteran suicides. What kind of improvements have been made so far, and what do you think we could do to even get that goal bigger to where it's down to 0 and not 22?
I think that it's broadened the conversation on PTSD and suicide. So as you know, Vietnam era, up until the 2000s, PTSD was just kind of laughed off. Now we have a deeper understanding of it, but now people are realizing that it's not necessarily just from combat stress. I feel that professional stress, family stress, any type of stress could cross that threshold into stress that causes long-term trauma. Might not call it PTSD, might have a different term for it, but that's okay. One of my good friends is a retired police officer. He was retired psychologically due to forms of traumatic stress that he had encountered in his career. And the stories that he tells curls my toes. Like, I could not imagine dealing with that, much less going to work the next day and having the possibility of dealing with another thing again. And he always, he confided in me that he said that, you know, he didn't really think that he had PTSD because he didn't go to combat. And I said, brother, you've got it. And you've done something much more difficult than my experience. So I feel like that has helped him a little bit. And I feel that passing this information on and having people just talk about their experiences and how it's impacted them for a broad range of people, not just veterans, is a great benefit. And we need to keep pushing forward with that, because that's going to save lives.
I definitely agree with all that. I mean, PTSD does affect everybody differently. It's not a one size fits all for every veteran. You know, there's been a lot done. I mean, we've had, you know, it's an initiative called Prevents. You have the Veteran Crisis Line. There's been the Hannon Act, the Veterans Compact Act. There's been a lot of things at the government level, but at the local levels, we have a lot of great 501c3s and small businesses and small nonprofits that I think grassroots wise, they make the most impact. I mean, I know locally in your area, Ma Deuce Deuce is doing great things. They actually have a ruck run this weekend as well, a 22-kilometer ruck to raise awareness. Blue Magazine, they are from the Rolling Thunder. The Rolling Thunder is another great organization that is helping with this issue. And Blue Magazine is going to be doing an article on this play because they understand how significant and how major this play is and what it's going to do with raising awareness and saving lives in the veteran community. I mean, ultimately, Director Lasky, I mean, getting down to zero would be a true win. You know, it's possible. I wouldn't say anything's impossible, but even saving one life a day is more than what we're doing now. I mean, we got to start, you know, somewhere. And this is a sensitive topic, and we understand the sensitivity regarding it. But as veterans, we also know that when you see a problem, you take it head on. You don't really beat around the bush and call it something else. And this is just one of those things where it's a problem, and we're taking this head on to try to address it, just like many other organizations do as well.
So I've got some final thoughts from either of you. Anything more to add on any subject we touched on or something we may have missed? We have some viewers out in Facebook land. I haven't gotten any questions. So if anybody out there has any questions for our co-authors here, please do so. I have the chat going on right now, checking it out. But I would love for you guys, just one last pitch to get people to come see it. You know, tickets are going really well right now. We may actually have to add a fourth performance on Saturday the 13th. We're getting close to that right now. So, and we only had one rehearsal so far. So any final thoughts?
I would say for the theater community out there, for people who love theater, who love getting out, greater society that needs something to do or something to see, this is historic. There's been no other play in history produced, designed, or written like this play is now, which is completely directed for veterans by veterans. And it's attracting a larger group of people, the rest of society, rest of America, to come and see what this issue is. This is historic. You know, for the fact alone that this is a veteran-specific play, I don't know of anything out there that's even like it. And we have a great cast, a great director, and we have tons of organizations, tons of leadership coming to see this. So I encourage everybody watching go on to mtmplayers.org. You can go buy tickets on there. Even if you don't come to the show, buy tickets, because your money, your donations will be going to many charities, to the Post, to help with suicide prevention. So you will be doing a difference. You will be part of a larger really involvement here to help out. I encourage everybody to come and see this on November 11th, 12th, and 13th. It's going to be a great time. We're going to learn about a lot of issues, and we're going to support veterans and support their causes. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you, Director Rob. I grew up in the film industry in Central Florida, and so I've seen a lot of productions. I've seen a lot of theatrical productions, and I've seen a lot of film productions. So I kind of get a sense for when you got a winning team put together. I know sometimes production just kind of come together spontaneously, and it seems kind of random. But that randomness it turns into professionalism when you have a good, solid director. And from what I hear about the casting, I hear it just knocked it out of the park with casting. You got some natural actors. You got their excellent fits for the part. And I have no doubt that this is going to be a professional and really excellent production. And congratulations right off the bat just for setting the stage, literally successful production.
And your audience out there, 22 a day. It's on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. They can Google my name, Hunter's name, your name, find out about it. Buy the book, read it, learn about the topic. You might not be able to come see the play, but buy the book, learn about the topic. If you can come see the play, New Egypt, New Jersey, November 11th, 12th, and 13th, I think it's going to be the start of something major in the veteran community and larger community as well. This is going to be a great play.
It's going to be great.
I love how you both have your script ready for the camera. That's awesome. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Thank you for your service. And thank you for bringing awareness to this very serious topic that does need to be addressed. You guys touch on a lot of great ideas in the play, which we will be bringing out during the during the scenes of the play with various meetings of different people. That's the best thing that you did in the play, was you used the characters as sounding boards on different ways to solve the problem. And we can't wait to share it with our audiences, with our Legion family that will be supporting this as well, and all of the dignitaries. Hopefully we'll probably have some local politicians coming by to see the show, and some legislators, and perhaps the message will get even further, and perhaps we could do even more. And a lot of the suggestions that you bring out in the play, I think, are wonderful.
I think you're 100% spot on. And with Hunter's help, I mean, this play, we offer veterans a better way. We offer solutions to any type of issues they might be feeling, whether it's at the VA, at school, with getting a job. We discuss all of this in this play, and we discuss coping mechanisms and things veterans can do to get out of that darkness, to come back to the light, and to start being active, and to start getting that motivation to succeed and want to win and want to do great things. They've done great things out there. Even though they came home, they're not deployed, they're not with their units, they still continue to do great things. And we want to emphasize that they should not give up, and that there's still hope out there. And we're pulling for all you out there, all the men and women in uniform.
Absolutely. Keep grinding.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today. I hope to, I've already met Mark a couple of times. I can't wait to meet you, Hunter. I understand you're flying out from Hawaii for our premiere. So thank you very much again. And I will see you in cyberspace, I guess, after this is all done. So, and mahalo and aloha to you, sir.
Aloha.
Yes, hang loose. Very nice.
Good. All right, shaka.
And, I'm going to let Mark go. I understand he's got 5 daughters he has to take care of. Congratulations on your triplets, sir.
Thank you very much, Director, and congratulations on the play. Thank you for taking this task on, and I look forward to seeing the fruits of your labor come November.
Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to leave everybody with the promo that I put together a few weeks ago. But I want to thank our co-authors, Mark Bodrog and Hunter Haskins, for joining us this afternoon. Make sure you come out to see the play, which opens on November 11th. We'll run through November 13th at American Legion Post 455 in New Egypt. You can get all your tickets at mtmplayers.org. Thank you very much and have a wonderful afternoon.